I'm here with Nelly Furtado on a very special International Women's Day Facebook Live. Nelly, thank you so much for stopping by.
Oh my gosh, I couldn't be happier to be here on International Women's Day.
We were just talking about how we've got an all-lady crew here from Chatelaine.
All ladies here.
I didn't even realize that.
Sound, lights, camera, editing,
Ladies.
editor, interview, production, all female. That's change. International Women's Day.
That's true. We're making progress here on camera. So today we're going to talk about your new album, The Ride, which is out March 31st.
Yes, March 31st.
We're going to talk about music. We're going to talk about women. We're going to talk about women in music.
Yeah.
And probably a lot of other random stuff. So if you're good with that, we'll just get going.
Yes.
So
I'm excited.
We were just talking about how you wearing red was a coincidence. You didn't plan to wear it for International Women's Day, but that's nice.
No, I did, and I actually didn't know, and I showed up at work today. Someone said, "Wow, you're red for International Women's Day," and I thought, oh, I just knew I wanted to wear red today, but I didn't know why. So
it's like very bone deep feminism.
Yes.
Yeah. We were talking about how my shoes are out of frame, but they're like the only red thing I own. So
I know she's
FYI.
got red on too. Just so you know.
Just saying. So your album's coming out in a couple weeks. How are you feeling about that? Are you
it's
super
exciting,
excited?
like super exciting. I mean, it's been done for a little while. Like actually kind of wrapped it up in July. So it's like, we're in March now? So it's ready. It's like, it's cooked. So I put out 3 tracks. I have a 4th one coming out this Friday. It's called Phoenix, and it's a ballad. And then 2 weeks later, boom, the whole album will be out.
So is that really hard to sit on for that long? Just because, it's like, must be like Christmas when it finally comes out.
It kind of is. Like, I want to share the songs because I know, like, I make music because, like, I want to try to help people. So I want to try to, like, give people, like, a soundtrack or give them a song that can help them, like, get through a difficult moment or something like that. And these songs are really relatable. It's called The Ride because the ride of life is very, very, very varied. High and low, and you just go through it all. And I went through a pretty wide range of emotions recording it. So I'm very naked and real in the lyrics. And I just think I am excited because it is a bit like it's a bit like you're carrying these songs, this creation for so long, and then at the end, you do kind of like it's kind of hard to sleep and stuff like that.
Yeah. I was reading an interview that you did recently. I think it was in Maclean's, and you coined a new term that I hadn't heard, which is plurking. So it's like work as play.
Love it. My new favorite word.
How did you plurk while making this album? Okay. I'm just picturing twerking, which there are a lot of good grimy dance songs on this album too. So you could twerk while you plurk.
Yeah. No, there's some up tempos. There's actually a lot of fast songs. We realized we have a lot of fast songs. That's a good problem to have. We have a couple ballads, but so on this album, I went to Texas, okay? So I went to Dallas, Texas, because my producer lives there, and his studio is pretty quirky, and it's in this cool little part of town, and it's literally like a converted funeral home. It's not a funeral home anymore, but it's a studio. So he comes more from like punk and alternative, not so much pop music. So we really got together and kind of gelled, and we kind of made something that we both felt really excited about. And I made a lot of friends in Dallas. Like I made friends with other artists and musicians and visual artists, and we just kind of my album cover was made in Dallas. My music video for Pipe Dreams was made in Dallas. I just keep going back because I have a good time there, and that's a good example of having fun while you work. Like when I did the music video, I actually drove by this lady's house, and it was an estate sale. Okay. So they were selling all the items in her house. So it was a house not much bigger than this room. And I bought some jewelry, and then I asked the lady in charge of the estate sale if she would let me film a music video there the next day. And she did, and I paid her $100, and I shot a video there the next day with a local video director named Jake Elliott. And once we did it, it was really cool because it was like we were kind of reliving Edna Sue through the memories of her things in her house, you know? And then Pipe Dreams is really about looking at life through a different lens and not just from one perspective. So
I feel like looking at your discography even, you seem to really be an evolver. So you have Whoa Nelly and, the Loose Phase, and they're all they're not discrete because you've still got that Nelly sound, but you know how Madonna went through that weird goth Earth Mother phase?
Yeah,
and Lady
Frozen?
Gaga had her, Frozen. And Lady Gaga had her meat dress thing, and I feel like people want artists in some way to stay where they are, and they get really attached to an idea. Do you feel like you kind of are throwing that off with this one again.
Yeah, I do it every time. I always make a joke that I'm not a very good artist to be a fan of because you never know what you're going to get. And it's like, I'm not very consistent with stylistically. I change the tune a lot. Ha, good pun. I change my tune. No, but I change things around, and a lot of that is my own sense of curiosity. So I'm a curious person, and I just need to know. Like, I need to know, what if I pick a alternative producer for this album? What's it going to sound like? You know? And that's how I make my choices. Similarly to like when I recorded something like Loose, I was in Miami, and then the weather was hot, and it was fun. You know?
It does actually sound like a hot night in Miami. That album.
It
it's
is.
very like.
It's literally that's what
that's
it is.
me dancing. In case you ever want to know.
And then this new album was more like lunch at the vegan restaurant in Oak Cliff, Texas.
Yeah. It's like chill vibes with falafel.
Fun lunch with falafel and a smoothie, and it's like I don't mind that. I like that it changes every time. Kind of like when I did the Spanish album, because I was like, all right, I want to do something different. I want to get better at Spanish. So, record an album in Spanish. Because music's really the only thing I know how to do.
Yeah.
Like, but actually, while I was writing this, I was also taking a playwriting class.
Okay.
At university. I went back to school, night school, and I started studying playwriting. And I think the dissection and the poignancy of having to make a scene work gave me a new perspective on my songwriting.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it was like, it refreshed it or something, you know?
Yeah. Do you, like, a lot of people say that artists take hiatuses.
Yeah.
And it's been,
Kinda
what,
what
5
we
years
do.
since your last album?
Yeah.
So I feel like people think that when an artist goes on hiatus, they just like go to St. Bart's and take up bead making or something.
Definitely. I was in St. Bart's this whole time. 5 years.
Making beaded
How's
works.
my 10?
What were you actually up to? Besides music, obviously.
Okay, so I was up to so many things. I did everything from take sewing classes so I could sew my daughter a beautiful dress to wear to a wedding. And then I, took pottery classes. I went to playwriting school, back to university. I worked at my friend's vinyl store. I traveled for fun. What a concept. I usually travel on tour.
Oh,
right?
really? Yeah.
Yeah, but not for fun. So I took more vacations for myself, just exploring cities and urban environments and different places. And I don't know, I just kind of like lived a little bit, kind of stopped to smell the flowers.
Yeah, it's good because artists always talk about being on tour and they go to all these really cool places, but they live in hotels essentially.
I know. So I've done that life before, and it was fun. But I'm conscious of life is short, and we really have to. If we have things on our bucket list, we should really try to complete some of them because tomorrow really isn't guaranteed. And I think I've kind of been a bit more, I guess, awakened, to that idea lately, and also fear. Like, I think it's good to conquer our fears. I think some things happened in terms of some big things changed in my life, and I had to dig a little deeper within myself to find the answers, right? And that's not always easy, right?
Yeah.
And so a lot of the sort of not tension, but sort of sense of like questioning in these new songs are really about that. It's like you just got to keep asking yourself questions, right? You never really like. It's hard to like. I feel like if you coast or you just kind of don't take the time to slow. Like I have a song called Carnival Games, right?
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like if you spend enough cash at the Carnival Games, you'll have a prize in your hand when you walk away, but it'll slip through your fingers and you'll never know what winning's really like. So it's rather than temporary pursuits of pleasure, seeking something a little more soul satisfying.
Yeah.
That's going to nourish you for the long term.
Yeah. I was actually going to ask you just now about staying power in the music industry, right? You've been at this longer than 17 years, but 17 years since Whoa Nelly. Yeah. So, and since everything has kind of this very short half-life, right? Like we think something's awesome for 3 days and then we're on to the next.
Oh, yeah.
How do you create something sonically that will stand the test of time?
John used real humans in the studio. So he used these great musicians from Dallas. And in Dallas, a lot of the working musicians make their steady income playing church gigs. So they play on Sundays and at really big churches. So they're all really well versed in every type of keyboard, from pipe organ, which is featured on my single Pipe Dreams, to clavinet, which is on this other song called Cold Hard Truth. So we featured the instruments. And another thing John does, he doesn't use auto-tune on vocals or Melodyne or anything like that, and he wants you to go sing a song from beginning to end on a microphone, much like that feeling that people seek when they go to a live concert. So we tried to capture the human element in the studio. And it makes a difference, actually, I think, because then you're giving the listener a little more of an organic kind of feelsy kind of experience, you know?
Not like AI, which frankly scares me. Just FYI.
Artificial intelligence?
Yeah.
I guess there's a role for everything, but I really liked working with a traditional producer. I found it really fun. Yeah. So, because it's kind of fresh nowadays, right?
Yeah, for sure. It's like, imagine a human playing the drums.
Oh my God, I saw this Canadian band last Sunday. They're called Bad Bad Not Good. And do you know them?
Yes, I do.
Oh, you know them. Do you watch their live show? Have you seen
I've
their
never
show?
seen them live, but I like them.
Oh my God, yeah, live, they're incredible. And they're these young guys who are masters at their instruments. And I'm thinking, I'm sitting there, and I loved watching like young people in the crowd, hearing real music played, some of them for the first time, and their reactions of like, oh, wow. And it's like, whoa, like music, what a concept, you know? And it's, but it's refreshing, and I think that's the new fresh, right? It's what, what can humans do? We're kind of cool.
Yeah, put us to work.
Yeah, we're kind of cool.
I wanted to throw it back a little bit here because I know that you're sort of experiencing kind of another reinvention. And about...
Let's see if I can put this on the thing. Sorry to interrupt you.
We're going to do social media. Just as we like crap talk robots.
Weird.
We're
sorry.
Like, let's...
Wait.
We're going to share this right now on Nelly's Facebook. It's like social media within social media. We're basically in the Matrix. You did it.
Hopefully that worked anyway.
I think it will.
We'll
Check Nelly's Facebook page and
I'm
let
sorry.
us know. Let us know if it's not
so
there.
meta right now. Okay.
So I want to throw it back a little bit to 10 years ago.
Okay.
Loose came out.
Yeah.
You exploded with...
God, 10 years.
I know. I was in the club back then. Was I? Yeah, I was just 19. I had never been before that.
Montreal? 18?
Yeah. I'm like, is my mom watching? So, you know, you exploded with I'm Like a Bird. You got a Grammy. Loose comes out. You're like everywhere in bars and clubs.
Yeah.
How do you look back on that time as like this very weird roller coaster? Like, how do you conceive of that now that you're 10 years away from it?
Yeah, that's a really good question. Yeah, sometimes I do step away and kind of go, wow, that was cool. Like, that was a little weird, you know? Because it was very fast-paced and I was very, very busy. But it was really fun. Like, when I made that album, I really wanted an opportunity to kind of play arena shows. And I was curious about whether or not I could make an album that was a little bit more broad. And then when it worked, I was like, wow, this is cool. This is fun. And then, true to my nature, I then kind of stepped away and kind of was like, okay, what do I want to do next? Because so my life is, the way I approach music is with this curiosity and sort of this bucket list type of approach where I'm like, okay, I did that, check it, check mark, and then move on. And then I did a Spanish album because I thought that would be interesting. So I don't know, I just kind of follow my whims, I guess. But yeah, it was a very busy time, lots of touring. And my daughter was quite small at the time, so she'd just travel with me everywhere. And just the early years too, even just nursing my daughter on the road, and just the whole thing. It was quite busy, but it was also fun. And now I think that's why I appreciate the quiet moment so much, is because, like I said, I think life is precious, and you know, we only have one life to live. So I think I'm very conscious of the passing of time, you know, and how I want to live. And stay in the moment always of what I'm living, you know, like now.
Were you on an episode of One Life to Live?
I think I was.
Just you saying that, I was like, I'm going to go on her Wikipedia page, and you have all these TV credits, and I was like, a soap opera? Tell me about that.
I just said that. We have one life to live. Speaking of, I was on that show. And I did a little bit of acting, yeah. I've done a few roles here and there. It's extremely challenging. I find acting terrifying. But yeah, it's fun to have the experience for sure. Yeah, that was a soap opera. Yeah. That we did.
It's very, do you have like, have you mastered the dramatic over the shoulder look?
Nothing.
I feel like
that's the hardest thing to do.
Like the 10,000 yard stare.
Yeah, like try to like be like, hey, I'll pretend I don't know what you're gonna say.
So I guess I would have to look this way, and then you would have to say something dramatic, like a bombshell.
Wait. Oh, I'm getting you? I'm calling you? Okay.
Yeah.
We lost the cat again. What just happened?
Pay me.
We lost the cat again. The cat ran away again. Oh my god. No, but acting's so hard. Yeah, that's why I kind of don't really do it much anymore. But I should. Yeah.
Yeah. Call Nelly. She has all this free time right now.
Yeah.
I laughed. I was reading an interview that you did with the Fader, and you said when people started reacting to like your really sexy image around Loose, that you were like, it was kind of the nun version of what everybody else was doing. Was that weird, that kind of new scrutiny? Because that really wasn't something that I guess you'd experienced to that point.
No, it was weird. I became like a weird topic of conversation for like, I feel like I read at least 2 thesis statements on that.
At university?
Yeah, no, somebody sent them to me to read. Their thesis statements on something about my image and
the booty shaking of Nelly Furtado
or something. Or yeah, it was interesting. I was like, oh. I mean, it's interesting living a public life, because I guess dealing with media, I mean, media is such a powerful force, isn't it? I mean,
yeah.
It really is quite powerful. I mean, we've seen it now, right, with how media can be manipulated, but and quite powerful and affect change and whatnot. So yeah, when your job has so much to do with the media, yeah, there are some moments that are a little bit overwhelming, where you're just like, whoa, what did I say? What did I do? And like, this feels awkward. Because I think my nature is actually quite shy.
Yeah.
Like, I actually don't really like attention. Like, I mean, it's great to sing a song for a crowd and have them connect with it and share in that sense of community. But I've always been one to more appreciate the side of being in the studio.
Yeah.
Like, to create the music. And
an artist.
Yeah, like when I was on the last session day in Texas, I actually went to the bathroom and cried because I heard the final mix and I thought, oh my gosh, like I'm never gonna have this moment back again. I'm never gonna be here creating this album again. And I kind of like you mourn for the process a little bit, which I know can sound very like precious, but it's just true.
No, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Actually, it's
artists are really like sensitive. It's so sad.
I believe it. We have fan questions. They're gonna.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
We have lots of I love yous, but we have a few questions.
I love you too. Everybody watching, thanks for watching. This is so cool. You're in Canada. You're in our living room.
And
our
around
hometown.
the world too. Lots of people internationally.
Yes.
Brazil says hello.
Hello, Brazil.
And they love your
Hola,
hair.
Brazil.
They're loving the look, the hair.
They are?
Yes.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, the whole
Thanks,
thing.
guys.
And so one question that keeps popping up, are you going to sing in Spanish again?
Oh, that's a nice question. So, answer here, right?
Yeah.
Thank
Is
you
she
for
gonna
your question. And sí, quiero cantar en español de nuevo en un ratico. No sé cuándo, but I would like to record in Spanish again. And I love it. I love singing in Spanish, truly. And I always try to include a couple of Spanish songs in my live show. The Spanish and the Latin world, great audiences. I love playing for Latin audiences. Their appreciation of music goes beyond, and it's really satisfying for me. So who knows? Maybe I should get together with Alex Cuba again, and we should make another album.
Or you could like marry the acting and the singing and be in a telenovela.
That would be fun, actually.
Like high drama.
I'd be into that. At least in a music video, at the very least.
For sure. I think we have
I always
one
wanted
more.
a good telenovela music video, actually.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of booty shaking.
There's
I
a
always
lot
feel
of
weird
everything
saying booty
for
shaking
age.
like I'm 45 years old or something.
Booty shaking.
Booty shaking. I think we have one more question from the internet.
Yes.
Internet!
A lot of people want to know if you'll be touring again soon.
Yes, I'm so sorry. I've been like I haven't released any tour dates yet. But I will soon. Like I'm doing 6 or 7 festivals in different countries and places over like spring and summer, and those dates are going to be announced like kind of as they approach. They're booked, but they'll announce them as they approach. And then on my website, I'm hoping in the fall and winter we'll have other tours planned. Right now it's looking like we'll probably go to Europe first. Exclusive right here on Chatelaine.
Amazing. Europe always gets the debut stuff first. I find like there's something about European audiences. Maybe people just want to hang out in France. Like who wouldn't? But
just kind of working on it right now.
Yeah, stay tuned.
Yeah.
So as I mentioned, it's International Women's Day. You can tell by our attire. You know, some women are on. Do you know about this women's strike that's happening today?
Oh, women not working today.
Yeah, I mean we are.
I read an Instagram post about it yesterday. It was like a day without women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's only the two of us. We're the only working women right now.
Oh my God, in the whole world?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I've read that.
I like the concept.
Me too.
It's kind of like, hey, see what you are without us, sort of thing, right?
Yeah, without all like the laundry and the engineering and the doctoring.
Other humans.
And the food making and stuff.
Humans other than women.
Yeah, we're astronauts too. We really do it all. You've talked in the past about how music is very much like a boys' club, and how I think you said that people caught you reading The Beauty Myth by Naomi Wolf, and they were like, what is she doing? What is she reading? Do you how do you engage with feminism when you're in this really man-heavy industry?
That's such a good question. Good question. I like it. Yeah. So definitely male-dominated industry, but it's not the only industry that's male-dominated, as I'm discovering. I was just with some artist friends who are visual artists, and they kind of said the same thing about the art world. And I was like, oh my God, that hasn't even crossed my mind. I didn't even know there was a whole movement, and there's protests in basically every field.
Yeah.
There is. There's women protesting in every field across the world. You know what I mean? For more equality. And my mother always raised me in a way that was like, she raised me to be assertive and also to really think beyond gender, you know? And that was empowering for me. A lot of the musicians I admired growing up did the same. And I guess you work with it. Like for me, even like as a young girl, the only like DJs and MCs I knew were actually men. Yeah. And so I'd kind of sneak out of my house and hang out at the DJ's house or rap at a party. And I tried to not let my gender define me. I tried to just kind of blend in. And I think it's a push and pull. Sometimes you have to protect yourself. And then sometimes you try to also use your womanhood to your advantage in a way, in a powerful kind of way. Yeah. And I think that there are no real concrete answers, you know, to that question. But I think for me personally, it's been about having good role models to kind of show me how to navigate. Like for instance, my mother I remember she was on the church council and she was a secretary, and she'd take me to the meetings, and it was 99% men. I feel like she was the only woman on the council. But she would just talk back and talk them all down and really state her opinions, and I got to see that. Yeah. And I thought, wow, my mom is fearless, and she's not letting anybody get in her way. And I thought to myself, okay, well, but watching her do this changed me and kind of made me who I am. And I think you just have to assert yourself, as difficult as it is. And there's no other option. There's no other option, because once you don't see yourself as an equal, then it becomes a weakness.
Yeah.
You know?
For sure.
Yeah.
I read that you really looked to Ani DeFranco as a singer-songwriter when you were young, like as a main influence.
I did.
In addition to her, were there people when you were younger that you just had on heavy rotation and really not adopted their persona, but just like were really inspired by them in a way?
Yeah, I just did this really cool program where I talked about Mary J. Blige and one of her albums. And to me, again, she was beyond gender. You know what I mean? Yeah. She was iconic, classic, powerful, strong, graceful, you know? All these things combined. She was her own woman, and she was making a whole new kind of music. And so her poster was on my wall, and I kind of aspired to be like her, or to at least assert myself in the world in the same way with my own voice. She had voice. I think voice is so essential. Yeah. I listened to girl bands like TLC and Salt and Pepper. They were empowered. They were. Like completely. It was their world, and we just lived in it. Yeah. And of course, Annie DeFranco, finally saw her live.
Mm-hmm.
I now have my own label, finally. And this new album is actually an independent release. So
Amazing.
I'm my boss. And that's hard. It's hard being your own boss because you're like, oh, maybe I should do some work today.
Yeah. Who do I yell at? Oh, wait, it's me. Do you like being your own boss? Do you find it's a lot more liberating, or are there downsides?
I do and I don't. I think the pros outweigh the cons.
Yeah.
I mean, I've worked for people before too, like just in general in life. But I mean, my first job was a chambermaid, and my mom was my boss. So I've had boss before.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I own my album, and the really great thing I love is I can like write a song today and put it out tomorrow on Spotify.
Yeah.
Like I can just call up Spotify and say I've got a new song for you, and they can put it out.
Yeah.
Which sometimes when you're with a major label, you can't really work as quickly.
Yeah.
But I work with partners like all around the world internationally, and it's a lot of fun either way. Yeah.
Amazing. So we're actually out of time.
We didn't do that.
I know. We had a game.
No, let's do it. Quick.
Okay,
2 minutes.
we're gonna do it.
The fun game.
Yes.
What do we do?
Okay,
I'm gonna
so
regret this. Why did I
was
say
like,
I wanted to play the
please
game?
let me sing. Okay, so this is a Chatelaine toque that has never been worn. We're gonna play a game called Humdinger.
Okay.
Because it's International Women's Day and you're a Canadian female artist, and
Okay.
also Nelly Furtado, because we're beyond gender here. We have a few well-known Canadian songs by Canadian female artists.
Okay.
I'm gonna draw them from a hat and hum them for you.
Okay.
So please bear with me. And you're also welcome to do one
Okay.
as well if you want. So of course I picked this one.
Maneater
Yeah.
by me.
I was like, am I gonna pull Nelly? Let's do another one.
Okay, and then I'll do one.
Okay. No.
Oh no.
This is a difficult one.
What is it?
I can't tell you. Okay, wait.
Oh, Celine Dion.
Yeah.
My heart will go on.
My heart will go
Titanic,
on.
my favorite.
Just like easing up in difficulty level.
Okay, I'll do one for you. I want to see if you can get it.
Okay. I mean, I wrote these cards, so I probably will, but we'll see.
Oh my god. Ah.
It's Call Me Maybe. I just,
She just want to listen to me.
I just wanted to get you
And I'm
through
bad
it.
at humming.
That's amazing.
Oh, it's so fun. Let's do one
So
more.
fun.
One
Okay.
more. One more.
One more. Okay, that one's too sad.
I like games.
It's Joni Mitchell. Clouds. Do you like clouds?
I wouldn't have known it.
Oh,
I
this is
didn't.
okay. This is actually perfect to end on.
Okay.
I don't know it. Okay, what if I do?
No. What is it?
It's Man, I Feel Like a Woman
Oh my god, sorry.
by Shania Twain.
Oh, she was singing the instrumental part.
I should have
Singing,
started
like,
there.
The guitar part, I think.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Anyway,
Man, I feel like a woman.
On that note,
Aw.
Nelly, thank you so much for coming by
You're
today.
welcome. That was actually really fun.
We really appreciate
Aw.
it. The ride is out March 31st. Go pick it up.
Yeah.
Get it on
March
Spotify.
31st. New song out Friday, too. It's called Phoenix.
Amazing. And look for that tour.
Tour.
TBD.
Yes, tour. All over Canada.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Bye.
Thanks, Nelly.